The silicon-powered Marvel Xtreme M80 500GB is a new USB flash drive series that has one thing going for it: high capacity. These new flash drive series are available with capacities starting at 250GB and going as high as 1TB. In today's review, we have the middle of the pack model with a total storage capacity of 500GB. The silicon-powered Marvel Xtreme M80 500GB looks like a regular USB flash drive, perhaps one of those fancy ones with a metal casing and a great color. However, this one is much more than that, as it supports a 500GB storage capacity and a price tag to reflect it. The Marvel Xtreme M80 500GB can be had right now for no less than $100 US, but this price tag is not set in stone, especially for the 500GB model because, well, we know very well how the market is these days. What this flash drive is? Well, it's simple. It uses a Type-A USB 3.2 Gen 2 interface and an all-metal casing with a clear plastic protective cap and a plastic locking loop at the back. The flash drive has a rated writing speed of 500 MB per second and up to 600 MB per second for the reading speeds, which is not bad at all, as I know some SATA-based SSDs that will struggle to do those speeds, and those are directly connected to the motherboard of your computer, not a USB port. And for a flash drive, a USB one at that, to match those speeds, it's impressive. Obviously, we have portable M.2 SSDs in enclosures that will perform much better than the Xtreme M80, but what you lose with the flash drive, you gain in dimensions, as this is just a USB flash drive and will take less space in your bag or your pocket. I was eager to take this flash drive apart and see what components it uses. Unfortunately, the only way to take this thing apart is with a hammer, and I'm not going to ruin mine for it. In terms of the design, there is little to say. It's just a flash drive, but it looks good and it is very well made. It's solid metal with the only plastic bits being the front protective cap and the rear clear hook. It also has a red activity LED at the back, but that's pretty much it in terms of the design. For packaging, it has a regular blister pack with a cardboard cover on the edges. Nothing fancy and nothing that will prove unique. I've decided to test this flash drive just like any other storage device. After all, they're all the same if we don't count the storage capacity, the interface, or the form factor, or the technology, or the memory chips or the controllers. However, this is where you need to pay attention. If you use this flash drive on a regular USB 3.0 port, you will get a lower speed than advertised. Be warned. And so I will do my testing with both a regular USB 3.0 port and a new USB 3.2 Type-A port, just so you can see the performance differences. And the first test uses a Crystal Diskpar benchmark, now at version 8. This is a go-to benchmark for all storage devices as it's free to use and, more importantly, easy to use by everyone. And in this test, using the regular USB 3.0 port, the silicon-powered Marvel Xtreme M80 gets up to 457 MB per second for the reads and 454 MB per second for the writes. I have done this test multiple times with various capacity loads levels and the speed remains the same, between 450 and 457 MB per second. This shows a remarkable level of stability even when pushed both thermally and filled up with data. However, if you use the newer USB 3.2 Type-A port, things change for the better, as the speed increases to 639 MB per second for the reads and 624 MB per second for the writes. As expected, the newer USB port matters, and if you're not using it, it means that you will leave some performance on the table. The next test is Auto Disk Benchmark, a popular benchmark that uses more data to rate the performance of each tested storage unit. And in this test, and with the regular USB 3.0 port, the silicon-powered Marvel Xtreme M80 500GB scored the same, with an average of 443 MB per second for the writes and 436 MB per second for the reads. However, with the USB 3.2 Type-A port, the speed increases to 977 MB per second for the writes and 989 MB per second for the reads. The final test is a standard Windows Explorer file copy test. In essence, a folder with a total size of 90GB is duplicated on the file drive. This is a real-world test, and this is the performance you should expect with a daily usage. On the left, we have the speed of the flash drive using the USB 3.0 port, while on the right, we have the speed with the flash drive using the USB 3.2 Type-A port. You can see for yourself that it is almost doubling in speed between the two ports. The silicon-powered Marvel Xtreme M80 500GB 500GB is a marvel, as the name suggests. It's not cheap though, and that's for the 500GB model. The 1TB variant is more expensive and harder to find these days. However, what is the point of this flash drive? Well, what is the point of all high-capacity USB flash drives? To quickly move and store important data, especially large files. I rarely not complain about something as it's my job to review these products, but this USB drive delivers on its promised speeds and does so with an excellent consistency. If I were to nitpick, there are two things that are not that good. First, this flash drive will get hot while under load. That can be an issue for some. The second shortcoming is the protective cap, which is nice and well made, but you will lose it, and lose it fast, as you cannot install it on the back of the drive and it has no chain or strap to keep it attached to the flash drive. If you are looking for a high capacity USB flash drive that will deliver and look good, then the Silicon Power Marvel Xtreme M80 500GB is a great choice. It's small, has no useless plastic components or flashy graphics, and more importantly, it delivers on a good performance even after a long usage time. If you like this review, then you might consider subscribing for more, and also if you want to support me in a direct way, then in the description below you will find the links for both the Patreon and the Subscribe pages of this channel.